against the Dragons for the upper bracket slot. Let's jump into the Land of Dawn to see what this game holds for us. And as predicted, it's Albert on the Julian in the jungle. This is something that we haven't seen from Albert in a long time.
So we'll have to see here the impact, or perhaps Albert on this Julian can bring something new here. But spell-wise, yeah, Facehugger opted for a Purify here, so really securing himself from that Fatal Links from Vin.
But no one else has Purify, so it is going to enable Vin to make those crazy plays, and Vin is definitely the man to be able to go for that. We do feel that in terms of those lanes, Aura Fire will have a slight advantage because of the range, but when he reaches that power spike, when Claude is able to get those integral items, it might be difficult for Kabuki.
Albert, though, already with that level 3, this is what enables, this is what makes Julian so strong early on, right? You get your ultimate at level 3, basically, and right now, Albert jumps in again. Godiva has the flicker, won't burn it just yet, dodges away from the enhanced chain. But still, that's a small win for RRQ, getting the roamer so low, and whoa! Yo, what's going on here? Town prediction by Axe. The Indonesian casters and the English casters, it seems like we're in a bit of a battle ourselves.
Yeah, split here. So we'll have to see here who will win. But yeah, very, very interesting lineup prediction.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting because honestly, if RRQ HOSHI can utilize this momentum, it's going to be very difficult for Aura Fire, and now that's what they're going for.
Has a sprint, will just burn it out. Fluffy able to get out, but that's another good resource actually burns out right before the turtle spawns.
Well, let's see here. From rotation, I feel like Aura Fire doesn't matter. They are going to initiate this one, and I feel it's going to be a contest.
Albert goes in for retreat battle. Godiva's won it there, as Godiva is going to be caught in the midst of it all. There's going to be the fatal links, bringing all of them back for RRQ. Fluffy jumps in with a falling star moon, able to lock them down as well. Enhanced sword comes up. Fluffy does not have the sprint, but he's still able to survive for some time. Godiva with I'm Offended stunning everyone, but he will be taken down by RRQ. A turtle traded in for 2 kills.
Team fight-wise, definitely RRQ HOSHI has it in the bag. Why do I say this? Sure, Aura Fire has Facehugger who can also utilize the Fatal Links, right? But RRQ HOSHI with the Fatal Links, if it goes into a prolonged fight, they can always pop the Cult Altar. So when they go in for 5v5, it's going to be difficult for Aura Fire. I do believe that they should start looking for pickoffs here in the early game, as we can see the emblems as well.
Wait though, Hai is caught in the enemy jungle. Vin waiting, doesn't have the Fatal Links. Retribution comes in, Hai picks the purple buff out, stealing it away from Albert.
Well, what stood out from this side of the emblems here, Claude, Skylar opted for a 2 talents on the extra regeneration, and perhaps that might be that might create an impact here when he wants to heal, when he is low-key, just wants to chill. Perhaps that 2 talents might come clutch.
It might come in handy, so we'll see how that's going to play out. Aura Fire, for the moment, still leading with 100 gold. Still very, very unstable, though, as it is going back and forth. But here we go, Tempest of Blade.
Godiva able to bring the I'm Offended over. Cult Altar comes in with the Fatal Links as well. Facehugger did not pop the Cult Altar in time. Will lose out on one of the members. High in the midst of it all. Go away placed in by Kabuki. Perfectly timed as he goes in for more. Now onto Clay. Bringing Kabuki back in. Skylar with the damage coming in again. Kabuki trying to run, but the scythe from RRQ's Albert comes in to the fray, picking up a kill.
That's not great. They do have that upper hand in terms of the AoE damage coming in from Melissa, but it's so early on, and he needs to farm up a little bit more to get those items to deal out the damage. Whereas now you can see R7 once again being a nuisance on the Uranus, distracting, or at least trying to distract Hai from his rotations. And it's kind of working. He's received a lot of amount of damage. The mobility is a bit hindered, realizing that the turtle has already spawned.
Meanwhile, here Hai with a quarter HP, actually he does not decide to retreat. And meanwhile, the fight topside was happening, Hai was actually invading the jungles of RRQ, so perhaps a little compensation here were grabbed by the side of Aura Fire.
This is massive for Aura Fire because High is one level ahead of Albert. The Retribution battle will favor Aura Fire right now as High is able to dodge away. Now comes in with a pinch voice. Cold Ultra placed. High jumps in, finishing the turtle up. Fatalings comes in again, getting the CC onto the other members now as High picks up all of the blades. Facehugger do the same thing with the Cold Ultra, but Skylar comes in again, picking up a kill. 2 for 0 for the turtle. Aura objective, RRQ kills.
I love this, honestly. It feels like a wrestling match here. Everyone is just taking each other down with the Fatal Links. But like I mentioned before, in those prolonged fights, RRQ Hoshi are going to win it out. So it all depends. How are RRQ Hoshi going to convert this? Because so far, they have not been able to convert this on objectives. Aura Fire being able to take 2 turtles so far. The third one is coming up. But can they find something else on the board? Can they look for infrastructures? That's going to be the question.
Uranus here opted for a Dominance Eyes first item. Oh, top side.
Skylar gonna get hooked by the I'm Offended. The Goy as well was placed in. Aura Fire, very objective, good conversion. Meanwhile, Albert trying to steal it away from High as he goes in for the Temple Blades. Albert goes in for the retreat, but High wins it out. Vin baited in, Falling Simon coming in onto 2 members. Enhanced Sword placed in. High trying to go for the back line. Vin gonna be taken down. No cut Ulcer is placed perfectly, but R7 now is gonna be caught in the midst. They're gonna go for the collapse onto him with I'm Offended as well. R7 getting bursted down. High trying to deal the damage as well, but it's gonna be Aura Fire disengaging, opting to go for the mid turret instead, getting the second turret of the game for themselves.
Now that's exactly what they need to do. They need to go for those pickoffs, try and prevent that 5v5 situation from happening. And it's insane to see Aura Fire now leading with 2,000 gold here, Gani.
Well, it seems like Aura Fire, they managed to capitalize on one single overcommitment move from side of RRQ Hoshi that was they went for the invade and the purple buff of Aura Fire, which actually Aura Fire responded very, very well. And the result is actually Aura Fire who were the ones who invaded the purple buff of Albert. Albert has no purple buff now. R7 with no enchanted talisman, take a look at his mana. It's rather always low.
Oh, R7's gonna get baited in though. That's a 3-man tank. R7 baited by Fluffy. He didn't even have the Dominance Eyes just now. He just got it right now. And Aura Fire still leading with a 2.4k gold lead. With the turtle, it's gonna push it up to a 3,000 gold lead. Turtle Slain presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series.
All 3 turtles taken very easily by Aura Fire, and I'm glad to see that High is finally in form. In their game against BTR, High missed almost every Retribution battle against Max, but here he's still able to win it out against Albert, also because of how they're playing. He is a level above. No, actually, he's 3 levels above Albert now, so much more difficult for Albert here, but Vin goes in for something.
Let's see, Vin with a perfect match, able to get the Fatal Links onto 3 members. Purify popped in by Facehugger as he goes in for the Cold Ulcer as well. Skylar has the blazing into it. He's waiting for it right now as he goes in for the back line.
Oh my God!
Gonna be knocked down as Godiva falls as well onto the hands of Skylar. Kabuki, free hitting in the back line as that's gonna be High jumping in as well onto Skylar, not able to find the kill. Skylar gets a double, but RRQ are still behind in gold.
Rarely do we see Aura Fire lose in a team fight, but man, that Fatalings was huge. Combined with the Cult of Altar by Vin, that's by Clay, that just adds more depth to the team fight. RRQ desperately here. They are trying to come back from the gold deficit.
And remember, it's really difficult because they have the composition to do that. Paired in also with the damage coming in from Skylar, it's just a little too much for Aura Fire in those prolonged team fights. RRQ Hoshi now with the map pressure, they're going to take an objective on the board. So even if Aura Fire wins in those...
Vin goes in for the flicker, hits the wall. Godiva with I'm Offended, able to bring them back right now to Cold Ulcer's place as well. Facing over the Fatal Links as well, coming in onto the fray. That's going to be an Enhanced Chain coming in. High picks up the kill onto Vin as that's the Enhanced Sword by Albert to disengage. Both teams backing up, losing the roamer for RRQ. I don't know who, like, sure, Aura Fire won the trade 1 for 0, but it seems like RRQ are still going to have more pressure onto the Lord right now.
A slight mismechanic there, perhaps from Vin. The flicker hit the wall. That was a very costly resource taken away. But now it seems like R7 is opening the map, and RRQ Hoshi is now resetted. Vin is back in the game.
Yeah, there was a fun fact there by Grab that mentioned something that we did already discuss before, that Aura Fire was able to win in leg number 1 here in MPL ID Season 10, but that was when RRQ Hoshi brought in Banana. But you can see here in the bottom side, Hai is trying to look for the plan Bs with the lane, right? He has the mobility to take more objectives on the board, and that is exactly how they're going to do it. They're splitting the map. They're trying to get pressure in the bottom side for them to take this next objective, which is that Lord, and man, oh man, is this going to be important. Aura Fire need to play this very carefully because once again, if they group up as 5, that's not going to be in their favor.
Let's see, Aura Fire going for the Lord right now. Cold Ultra placed in, Retribution Battle comes in right here. Hai wins it, Fatal Links bringing all the members back in for the damage coming through from Skylar. Has the Blazing Duet, finally goes in for the Blazing Duet. In the midst of it all, Facehugger falls, and it's RRQ who takes another team fight. Again, it's traded in for the Lord, for the objective, but the gold lead is slowly but surely diminishing for Aura Fire. RRQ capitalizing, getting a turret in the mid lane. R7 zoning Fluffy and Kabuki away. Skylar picking up the turret in the mid lane again, getting tier 1 and tier 2.
Do you guys know what the definition of insanity is?
This match, this game.
No. Insanity means you do something over and over and expect different results. And that's exactly what Aura Fire is doing right now. They understand if they go in for those objectives, 5v5, RRQ Hoshi are going to win it out. But for some reason, they keep going for it. I thought that they had a great idea there with Hai going into the bottom side, perhaps forcing R7 to deal with the minions in the bottom lane. But it didn't work. It didn't happen, and they still forced it.
Yeah, well, item-wise here, Claude is almost at full items here. Malefic Roar being on the way. And Julian, though, Holy Crystal in his arsenal and Genius Wand. So penetration and magic power is definitely up there. Aura Fire, take a look at the gold. It's now even. So perhaps RRQ Hoshi is looking for the comeback here.
Yeah, again, right, Aura Fire needs to change the tempo of the game because RRQ have been dictating it with the team fights. They're able to force team fights on Aura, and Aura, they're taking it, right? They're playing within RRQ's game. RRQ's composition, take a look at it. It's a heavy team fight comp. Whereas Aura, sure, they're also pretty good in these team fights with a lot of AoE, but like you mentioned, they have more dimensions. They can play the split push game, and they need to utilize that a bit more.
I guess that's exactly what Hai is doing. And I have a question here, Goni. It does seem like Facehugger opted for the Enchanted Talisman and the Lightning Truncheon without the COD. So is he not relying on his damage in this particular game? And if he does that, they're heavily relying on Kabuki for all that because Hai is building tank.
I feel like with Facehugger here, he wants to just burst. But take a look and engage.
Another force in the back line. Hai gonna be able to pop the Tempest Blaze. Let's go. Diva gets taken down. Facehugger as well eliminated from the fight. A double kill for Albert right now as Hai is caught again. RRQ forcing the fights to happen. Bottom side it's pushed up, but Aura are not using the waves.
They're not gonna even use that wave at all. It does seem like this might be the final push. RRQ Hoshi, Vin has the Fatal Links, and there we go!
Vin again! Coming in, he does not stop! RRQ say, you know what? Take the objective! We'll take the team fight! We'll wipe you out! And we'll secure game 1!
That was so brutal for Aura Fire. If we thought that they got demolished against Bigatron, this was a wipeout, man. That team composition was just so beautiful, and you can feel the passion from RRQ Hoshi. You can feel the tears. And this is only game number 1.
Action-packed and full of drama game 1. What a game. Fight after fight. RRQ, though, stay disciplined, and they know that if they are to force a fight, they will win with Fatalings, with the Call of Altar. A lot of CCs were in their arsenal, and they managed to capitalize on their potential. Aura Fire, though, on the other hand, played a